Sometimes I think that night marked me. Everything that came afterwards.
Hi Tom, how are you, man?
I'm good, thank you, Marcelo. How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, man. You were here to CCXP, our Comic-Con in Brazil, and it was delightful to have you around.
That was a crazy time. That was so fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. What can you tell us about Danny, like very briefly? How would you describe him?
He is definitely the most complicated character I have ever tackled. He's someone who's incredibly empathetic and compassionate while also having this darker streak. He's incredibly volatile. He might not have the best judgment as to whether or not he's doing the right thing, but he is a character that I've grown to love and to understand in ways that I never thought I would.
What are you not telling me? What are you not telling yourself? They're not the only people close to you to disappear, are they?
What can you tell us about your character, Candy?
The Crowded Room is a thriller about a young man played by Tom Holland who is arrested after a shooting in New York City in 1979. And the story unfolds through a series of interviews with Amanda Seyfried's character, who is tasked with uncovering his mysterious past that might have led to this crime. And I play Danny's mom. We watch their relationship evolve from when he's 8 years old and I get to play a young 25-year-old single mom working 2 jobs. And we watch as their relationship evolves over more than 10 years and kind of fractures, and the family secrets that kind of ripple through the story and through their lives kind of start to break them. It's a very kind of surprising, emotional story, one with lots of twists and turns, and I was surprised and incredibly moved when reading these scripts.
Danny, you don't really seem like a dangerous person. Can you tell me how you ended up here? Loser.
Hey, I'm gonna kick your little wiry ass. Please no.
How would you briefly describe Raya?
How would I describe her? She's a very empowered professor, ambitious, and a mother of a son who she doesn't get much time to see because she's so addicted to her job. As compassionate as they come, curious about people, kids, works her ass off and doesn't spend enough time in her personal life working on her own emotional shortcomings. And, that's par for the course of being a single workaholic. But that's the beginning. That's only the beginning. She's brought in to investigate a crime with this kid who doesn't seem to really know where he is, what to do, and she's trying to kind of help him out, help him figure out what we can do to help him.
Don't keep looking at it, Jesus.
Sorry.
It's cool. Danny, you don't have to do this, you know that, right?
Well, I'd like to point the fact that you've been accused of spilling some spoilers around. So my question is, how are you dealing with this project with so many twists and turns?
Yeah, it's actually very interesting. I would say talking about The Crowded Room and keeping the spoilers a secret is the toughest project to date. In terms of twists and turns, there's nothing really quite like this that I've ever worked on or ever really seen. So for me, I'm working very hard to keep the secrets secret and to not give too much away.
I watched the whole series, but when I finished episode 3, I was hooked.
Great.
And that's what you're showing people in this first week, right? How were the discussions about what you show in this first round?
That's, music to my ears to hear that you said it was the 3rd episode that hooked you. That was kind of our decision as, the team of producers as to how to get the show out there. We felt that episode 3, the conclusion of how that episode ends, is really the turning point of the show. I really see the show as kind of a 3-part series. It kind of evolves in 2 different ways. But yeah, that was, I'm happy to say here that our decision worked, because we want people to see the first 3, get hooked, and then be a part of the conversation for the coming 7 weeks.
What do you want me to say? That this whole thing was a setup from the start?
What if it was?
Well, you're working with Akiva Goldsman here. The guy who did Transformers movies and Star Trek series. How is this guy the right guy to do such an intense and deep project like this one? What else does he have under his sleeve? Does he play banjo on set or something like that?
No, he does not play the banjo on set, but remember, he's also behind films like The Beautiful Mind, where he was able to showcase how talented he is as a writer. I've been so lucky that I've read some amazing scripts written by some amazing people, but I really mean when I say I've never read any scripts as good as these. So I had great source material to work with, and I think Akiva is a genius. I think he's amazing.
Yeah, you did. Well, can we talk now about the opening credits? Because it's one of those, I couldn't press the jump the credits button because the track is amazing, the drawing are fantastic. Who came up with the idea?
I think that was largely Akiva. You know, art is a really strong theme throughout the show, as I'm sure you know, now you've seen it. And I think that Danny's expression through his art is such an important way for the audience to understand who he is and what he's going through. So the opening credits and that song, you know, I think really represent what the show's about in the best way. I'm excited to get my hands on some of those keyframes and put them up in my house because they are beautiful pieces of work, and I think kick the show off in exactly the way we should be.
He's hiding something.
If I'm right, Danny may be innocent. Danny, where did they all go?
And now you're part of the Apple family. You have a subscription for life, and you can say what's your favorite TV show on the Apple catalog, which is one of my favorites.
Oh gosh. I mean, I love Severance. I think there are so many incredible shows on Apple TV Plus, and I'm just really excited to be on there.
I'd say Invasion. My little brother Paddy's in. It's a really great show. I really enjoyed it. I think Paddy's excellent in it, and I'm really proud of him.
I have a subscription for life to Apple.
Well, you have to ask them.
I should. I love Apple. God, I don't know. I just you know that show Bad Sisters? That was one of my favorite shows I've seen. It was unbelievable. I'm obsessed with Sharon Horgan. I just love the whole group, the whole cast. It's just shockingly funny and good and realistic at times and crazy and comedic at times, and I just love it. I loved it. Severance. They know what they're doing at Apple.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's one of my favorites. And Let It Be plays on multiple episodes. What's your favorite Beatles song?
Oh gosh, probably Let It Be. I mean, it's so easy to sing along to.
Help.
My favorite Beatles song is probably Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
You've got here some familiar face, but also new people coming. How closely were you working on their casting?
We were very involved in the casting. I think we did a wonderful job. I think Sam is so perfect for Mike and does a wonderful job. I think Levon brought Johnny to life in a way that only he could. I think Sasha gives arguably the best performance in the show. I think she's amazing. Elijah is brilliant, and it was his first job, fresh out of drama school, which was really an honor to be a part of. Emma is fantastic. You know, everyone involved in the show was really brilliant, and it's a bit of a strange thing to be involved in as an actor. I don't really think I enjoyed the process of casting people, just because I've been on the other side of it. But I do think we did a great job with casting everyone, and I'm really proud of them all.
What happened in that house? Where did they all go?
And well, you have multiple scenes with Tom, and we can see how good he is. Have you got a moment when you were just watching and see, oh my God, how he's doing it?
Well, sometimes he would just surprise me all the time because there was a lot of silence in those scenes too. And I love silence. I think it's like full of such weight and can really make the audience uncomfortable, which is great. Sometimes I just didn't know how he was going to react to certain questions, even though we had rehearsed it. Sometimes I don't know, it's just, that's what's fun working with other actors in scenes where, you know, anything can kind of go and you can try new things on and see how they feel. And it felt like, and sometimes it felt like we were just in an acting class sometimes because we were in that room for so long, saying so many of the most similar things. It almost felt like I was challenging myself not to say it a certain way, like to say it differently, because you know, it could have felt like Groundhog Day and it didn't, but it was fun. It was fun. I never knew what to expect.
I would like to invite everyone in Brazil to be part of something really special, to join the conversation, to watch The Crowded Room, be a part of the mystery, try and put the puzzle together yourselves, enjoy the show, enjoy the performances, educate yourself on what this show is about. It's really special. I'm super proud of it, and I can't wait to hear what you all think.
From the day that we found that idea of bringing Michael Keaton back as Batman to the day I met, it was obviously a lot of anticipation.